The universe is a vast space, challenging all human limits. From the dawn of time, when looking up at the night sky, humans have always harbored the desire to conquer distant planets and twinkling stars. However, despite achieving many remarkable accomplishments in space technology, the speed limit remains a major barrier. If an object attempts to move faster than the speed of light, it violates the fundamental laws of physics. It can be said that the speed of light is the ultimate limit of the universe that nothing can surpass. When the genius physicist Albert Einstein published the theory of relativity in 1905, this theory laid the foundation for a revolution in humanity's study of the universe. The theory of relativity provided a powerful tool, opening up many fascinating discoveries about the vast universe for humanity. Yet, even though more than a century has passed since its emergence and aerospace technology has made great strides, humans still seem unable to advance further in the journey to conquer the distant regions of the universe. Humans primarily discover new objects in the universe through telescopes. Launching spacecraft to planets outside the solar system is almost an impossible task. According to NASA, the New Horizons spacecraft is one of the fastest ever built by humans. Its average speed reaches about 14 kilometers per second, equivalent to 51,516 kilometers per hour. At this speed, the spacecraft took over 9 years to fly from Earth to Pluto, a distance considered short in astronomy, while light takes only 4.16 hours to cover the same distance. NASA's space shuttles, such as Discovery, have an average speed of about 28,163 kilometers per hour. This speed is sufficient for them to maintain orbit around Earth but is still too slow to explore further in the solar system. To better visualize the enormous gap between current spacecraft speed and the speed of light, let's consider the time required to travel to some nearby stars. With the distance from Earth to the Proxima Centauri star system being 4.24 light-years, New Horizons would take over 80,000 years to reach it. For the South Rapid 1 star system, located about 39 light-years from Earth, New Horizons would take up to 800,000 years to get there, while for the Space Shuttle, this time would be 1.5 million years. Another example is the planet Kepler 452b, located 1,400 light-years from Earth. Since light travels in a vacuum at 299,792,458 meters per second, 1 light-year is approximately 9.46 billion kilometers. At current speeds, the New Horizons spacecraft would take 32 million years to visit it. Clearly, despite possessing the most modern achievements, our spacecraft are still like slow-moving turtles compared to the speed of light. So why can't new technologies help us move faster in the universe? Su dang mop kua tui tuong doi. When developing the theory of relativity, Einstein proved that the speed of light is the absolute limit of the universe. This means that humans cannot build any spacecraft capable of reaching the speed of light. When an object moves at higher speeds, its effective mass increases, requiring a very large energy supply. For example, imagine a spacecraft weighing 1,000 tons trying to reach the speed of light. As the spacecraft accelerates, its effective mass also increases. To achieve a velocity of 99.999% the speed of light, the mass of the spacecraft would increase to trillions of tons. This also means the spacecraft would need an extremely large energy source, far beyond the technological capabilities we can currently provide. Thus, energy is the key to achieving faster flight speeds in the universe. Currently, energy sources like solar panels cannot provide sufficient power, while energy from nuclear reactions on rockets is also very limited. Currently, rockets are capable enough to overcome Earth's gravity and launch spacecraft into space. However, the capacity to transport cargo and fuel is still very limited. This keeps spacecraft speeds limited to a fairly low level, not commensurate with the ambition to explore the vastness of space. Not only limited to energy issues, the cost of developing and operating high-speed propulsion systems is also an extremely large barrier. Although many promising and potential technologies exist, from a financial and resource perspective, the numbers show they exceed the feasibility of realization. As humanity is currently named, since the dawn of the space exploration era, there have been many theoretical proposals for sending spacecraft to the stars nearest to us. A typical example is Project Orion, initiated by NASA in the 1950s, with the goal of generating extremely powerful thrust by using a series of small nuclear explosions. This project helps spacecraft achieve high speeds in space. Its operating principle sounds simple but holds immense potential. A series of nuclear warheads would be launched and detonated in successive waves. Each explosion creates a shockwave used to push the spacecraft forward. According to a 1968 estimate, an Orion spacecraft could weigh from 400,000 to 4 million tons. The cost to build this ship was estimated at around $360,000 to $7 million United States dollars, equivalent to about $2.75 billion United States dollars in today's currency value. This amount is equivalent to about 78% of the total U.S. government budget revenue in 2019. Another proposal is to use a fusion engine, also known as Daedalus, studied by the British Interplanetary Society since the 1970s. This engine would use helium-3, an isotope of helium, as fuel in fusion reactions to generate a huge energy source and powerful thrust. Fusion reactions would be triggered inside a reaction chamber, where helium-3 pellets are melted by electron laser beams. According to estimates, with this technology, a ship would take about 50 years to reach Barnard's star, which is less than 6 light-years away. To reach the nearest star, Proxima Centauri, the travel time would be up to 36 years. Not to mention, a Daedalus ship fully loaded with fuel would have a payload of up to 60,000 tons. Moreover, helium-3 is a rare and extremely expensive fuel source. Mining and producing helium-3 from natural sources, such as on the Moon, is currently a major challenge with extremely high costs. Estimates suggest this cost could reach trillions of USD to obtain enough fuel for a long journey. Another breakthrough idea is to use antimatter propulsion. This is considered one of the strongest theoretical energy sources, with the potential to help humans break all current limits of space travel speed. Antimatter is composed of particles with properties completely opposite to ordinary matter. Whenever matter and antimatter come into contact, they annihilate each other and release an enormous amount of energy. Therefore, if antimatter could be used as fuel for spacecraft engines, the ship could achieve speeds close to the speed of light. According to NASA scientist Robert Frisby, a spacecraft using an antimatter rocket would need about 900,000 tons of fuel to fly to Proxima Centauri in 40 years. However, with the extremely high production cost, up to 1 trillion United States dollars for just 1 gram of antimatter fuel, this idea is almost impossible to realize. Although breakthrough ideas are continuously proposed, current technology still lacks the capability to turn them into reality. Due to limitations in energy, cost, and scale, interstellar travel remains only a distant theoretical dream. However, science continues to advance. In the future, perhaps breakthrough inventions will open new doors, guiding humanity deeper into the journey of conquering the universe and exploring mysteries we have never imagined. Limitations in energy and cost are precisely the doors that push humanity further in the journey of exploring the universe, to decode mysteries we have never even conceived of. Limitations in energy and cost have opened doors